Hello everybody, welcome to this Verbling class. My name is Teacher Amy and today's class is a writing class and we're going to write about the future. So today's topic for our writing is what will life be like in the year 2500? So that's really nearly 500 years into the future from today, almost. So if you have some ideas and you want to practice your writing or the new words that you've learned this week, or you just want to have a bit of fun and do some writing practice or some creative writing, then this might be the class for you. So while we're waiting for everybody to get here, if you are new to Verbling, or if you simply haven't really ever checked out these pages before, I'm going to share a couple of links with you. The first one is to my Verbling teacher page, and if you are interested in finding out a bit more about any of the teachers, this is the place to go because you can see who they are, you can watch their introductory video, you can watch some of their class excerpts, you can see their timetable, you can even book a slot with them. And if there are any questions or anything, you still have a question about anything, you can get in touch with us via the messaging feature. So it's a really, really good place to go. Check out mine if you have time later on today, and you can access any of the other Verbling teach pages in the same way. If you're a Facebook person, then you might be interested in checking out my Verbling teacher Facebook page, and the other teachers also have this. So have a little think about that in your spare time. You might want to have a little investigate, have a look for some of the teachers that you particularly like or have enjoyed classes with, so it could be really helpful to you. Okay, so today's class is a writing class. We're going to say hello and see who we've got today for writing practice. So first of all, Oolong. Is that right?
Hi.
Hello. Have I met you before, Oolong?
No, it's the first time I come to your class.
Wonderful. Well, lovely to meet you. Where are you from?
China.
Which part of China?
South part.
The south part? Somewhere near like Hong Kong? Or?
Near Hong Kong, yeah.
Brilliant. All right. Well, it's lovely to meet you. And what do you imagine the future will be like, Yulong?
I don't know.
You gonna think about it?
Find a decent job in the United States.
Yeah. All right. So you're planning on going overseas?
No, I'm already in here.
You're already in the United States.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So now you just have to find a job.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, best of luck with that, and lovely to have you in class. Welcome.
Thank you.
Roberto, hello. Oh, he's gone. How about Emmanuel?
Hello.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
None of you guys have pictures showing. That's a bit strange. Do you have a picture, Emmanuel, or is it just a coincidence?
I don't have a picture. I'm new here. It's my first time here.
Ah, well, welcome. It's lovely to have you.
Thank you.
Is this your very first class?
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, in that case, a big welcome. And if you have any issues or you're not sure what you're doing, please just let us know and we'll do our best to help you navigate, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Brazil, welcome. Lovely to have you. Let's go back. I think Roberto may have joined us. Hello, are you there, Roberto?
Hi, teacher.
Hello, welcome.
Thank you.
Have I met you before, Roberto?
No, I think it's the first time with you, I think.
Brilliant. Well, it's lovely to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from Spain.
Excellent. Which part of Spain? Are you from the north or the south?
Sorry, I'm from Madrid.
Okay, the middle.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, it's lovely to meet you and welcome.
Thank you, teacher. Thank you.
Carolina, hello.
Hi, teacher.
And I don't know if I've met you before or not.
Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Is this your first class with me or have I met you before?
No, this is our first class actually.
Okay, well, lovely to meet you too. Lots of new students. I love it. Where are you from, Carolina?
From Colombia?
And which part?
No, from Cali.
Okay, so that's a reasonably big city, isn't it? Is that a reasonably big city?
Yeah, it's a big city.
Awesome. Well, we've got people from all over the world. Welcome, Carolina. And Julian, hi. No, he's not there. He's probably just getting settled with his pad and pen. All right, everybody, welcome. It's lovely to meet those of you who I've never met before. Today's class, as I mentioned before, is all about writing. So we've got a really broad topic today, so it really you can use your imagination. The topic is life in the year 2500. And I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see the document. What I would like you to do is to spend about 15 or 20 minutes writing something with this in mind. So it can be anything you like. I'm going to share the link with you in the chat box, so take a look at that, and you should be able to click on that and enter, come in here with us. And then what I would like you to do is just to type your name. So you can see I've typed my name, Amy, and then you do your writing here. And then in about 15 or 20 minutes, what we will do is read through it together and make any corrections. So obviously this is about the future, a long way in the future, not just a couple of years, but 500 years. So use your imagination. Maybe you want the dinosaurs to come back, or maybe you think the Earth will have self-destructed, or maybe you think, you know, robots will be running things. I don't know. Use your imagination. It could be anything you like. Try and stretch yourself a little bit and use some new words or some new vocabulary or something that you really want to have a go at practicing, so that you can make the most of me being here to help you with corrections. So once we get started with the writing, I will be here all the time. If you do have any questions, you can ask. But while we're writing, I do ask that you keep your microphones muted so that everybody can concentrate without lots of typing noises. So if you would like to get started, just click on the link that I've shared in the chat box. If you can't get the document sorted out, that doesn't matter. Just write somewhere else on your computer, and at the end I will copy and paste from the chat box for you. So, does anyone have any questions before we start? No? Alright, I will type some instructions into the chat box. And off you go. I'll stop you in about 15 or 20 minutes to make the corrections. So good luck. Hello Anna, welcome. I'll reshare the link so that you can get the link. Just a mo. And we've just started, so our topic is life in the year 2500. So you can write whatever you like about it. Just use your imagination. You know the rules. I'm here if you need me.
I've written a lot and then something happened and someone erased what I wrote and now it's a messy. It's
Oh
messy.
no. Are you sure it's not just down the page a bit, Anna? I can see something here. Is that part of it or not?
Yes, I think I am
Found it?
fixing it.
If you prefer, you're very welcome to just copy and paste into this document at the
No,
end
no,
of
no,
writing.
no,
No?
it's fine. It's fine. It's
All right.
fine.
Brilliant.
Sorry, Roberto, could you uh, scroll down? Because when I try to write, your wording is in the middle. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Okay, guys, about 5 more minutes, so try to wrap it up and check through it carefully. Okay, guys, a couple of minutes more, just 2 more minutes. You all finished, Anna?
Yes,
Would you like to start correcting? So you
yes.
can carry on writing if you'd like, guys. We'll have a look at Anna's first of all, and I'll come
Oh
to
my
all of
gosh,
you.
I did it in a hurry. I'm not sure if it is okay.
I'm sure it'll be
I
wonderful.
no, I could. Okay. Uh, I am sometimes, sorry, sometimes optimistic and sometimes realistic about life in 2050. We've already been facing some consequences of global warming, like the huge drought São Paulo, the biggest Brazilian city, went through recently. However, I hope the world is not doomed. I've heard about Kyoto's protocol and that some powerful nations have been some summits have been having some summits in order to find some solutions to impact this problem. And I hope more countries can join them. And also that is not too late. Well, in the last case I would be willing to borrow my tears to solve the problem of the lack of water, since I am highly sensitive and I cry a river when I have a small problem. I'm just kidding as usual. Now, speaking seriously, I've been concerned about the environmental issues and the population boom. I fear that we won't have enough food to feed mankind, and we are going to have to eat insects to survive, or maybe take some pills instead. It's sad, deeply sad. I should put a comma.
Okay.
I also fear AI because imagine a machine able to think and without emotions. The robots would terminate mankind. Imagine also if it is if this kind of technology which has been developed developed instead did like if robots and so on are oh my gosh I bet I made a mistake are okay thank you are in the wrong hands and being used in wars. It's sad. But not everything is that pessimistic. I am enticed by stem cells research and other technologies that have been developed for our well-being and for the good of the planet. Imagine if we could bring back to life species that has extincted. Could you fix it? Or increase the population of endangered species through cloning. It would be awesome. Imagine robots being used to rescue people in dangerous situations. Imagine a universal government and the world peace. I'm not imitating the Mrs. Universe. I really want the world peace. It's up to us. We owe a better world to live in to our future generations, and each one has to do their part. I wish for a better world, good technologies, a fair place. I want to see improvements, and I guess we have to start now, each one of us.
Thanks, Anna. Brilliant. Okay. You've written about life in 2050, but actually the title was 2500. But that doesn't matter in the
Sorry,
slightest.
could
No
you
problem.
fix?
That's okay. It doesn't matter. You can write about life in 2050. In some ways, it's even more interesting because it's a bit more related because most of us will hopefully still be alive, right? Hopefully. So I won't change that. Okay, let's go through. You've made a few mistakes, but overall it's really well explained, so great work. Let's have a look. I am sometimes optimistic and sometimes realistic about life. I like how you didn't put pessimistic, you put realistic. We've already been facing some consequences of global warming. Yeah, it doesn't need a capital because it's not like it's not the name, it's more of a, I guess it is the name, but it's more of a description, so we don't need capital letters. Like the huge drought in or of we need there. Sao Paulo, the biggest Brazilian city, went through recently. Oh, take that back, Anna. You don't need it because you put went through recently, so that was perfect. However, I hope that the world, same reason we don't need a capital for world, is not doomed. I agree. I've heard about Kyoto's protocol. We would say the Kyoto Protocol, because it's not just the protocol that only belongs to Kyoto. It's just that that's what we call it because that's where it was signed or whatever. So we call it the something or other protocol. In this case, Kyoto, and that some powerful nations have been having some summits. Yeah, it sounds a bit funny to say some summit, so having summits. Better, even better, holding summits. You'll see those two words come together a lot. In order to find some solutions to impact this problem, and I hope more countries can join them, and also that it is not too late. Well, in the last case, do you mean in the case that it's too late, Anna?
Yes. I was just making a joke.
Yeah, I know. It's a great.
They won't find a solution for the lack of water. You know?
Yes, absolutely. So in the last case, you mean about the drought or?
The droughts, the consequences of global warming.
Okay, so I think just because it's just a bit vague, it might be better to specify what you're talking about. So you might put, in the case of a huge drought or something like that, in a particular case, you just need to put in the case of and then say what it is so that I know what it exactly is that you're talking about. I would be willing to borrow my tears to... We wouldn't say borrow because you can't borrow tears. You can only borrow something if you can give it back, right? Otherwise, you just use it. So, for example, quite often we have a joke about this when we're kids. Can I borrow a tissue? Well, you don't say borrow a tissue because once you've used the tissue, you're not going to give it back to the person, right? You're going to throw it out in the bin, hopefully. So, can I use one of your tissues? Might be better. So I'd be willing to use my tears to solve the problem of the lack of water, since I'm highly sensitive and I cry a river when I have even a small problem. I'm just kidding as usual. Now, speaking seriously, I've been concerned. Concerning is not actually a verb. It's shows you that there's a related topic coming up. But if you're talking about yourself, it's concerned. Okay. About the environmental issues and the population boom. I fear that we won't have enough food to feed mankind, and we are going to have to eat insects to survive, or maybe take some pills instead. Yeah, I know what you mean. It is sad, deeply sad. Agreed. I also fear AI. You should probably, when you're writing, put what it is, and then you can put AI in brackets, so that when you I spelled this wrong. When you refer to it again, you can call it AI, but you shouldn't really just jump in with an abbreviation that hasn't been explained, just in case there's someone who doesn't know what AI is. Okay, so I also fear artificial intelligence, AI, because imagine a machine. We can't put because imagine. You can put imagine like that, a machine able to think and without emotions. The robots would terminate mankind. Yeah. Imagine also if this kind of technology which is being developed, like robots and so on, are in the wrong hands and being used in wars. Yeah, it is sad. But not everything is that pessimistic. I am enticed by STEM, not STEAM, but stem cell research. And other technologies that have been developed for our well-being and for the good of the planet. Imagine if we could bring back to life species that have, okay, we can't say extincted, we can say have gone extinct. To go extinct is the verb, okay? We don't say to extinct. I suppose the idea is that they can't do it to themselves, but I'm not really sure where that comes from. Or increase the population of endangered species through cloning. Yeah, that would be very cool. It would be awesome. Imagine robots being used to rescue people in dangerous situations. Rescue people. Imagine a universal government and world peace. We don't need that. I'm not imitating the Mrs. Universe. I really want the world peace. We don't say that, just world peace. I think Mrs. Universe sounds a bit funny. I would tend to say Miss Universe contestants. It is up to us. We owe a better world to live in to our future generations. Okay, we owe our future generations a better world to live in. Don't need to. And each one has to do their part. I wish for a better world, good technologies, a fair place. I want to see improvements, and I guess we have to start now, each one of us. Awesome, Anna. Really, really good. Only a few little corrections. Do you have any questions about any of them?
No. Just because I said Mrs. Universe because all of them say I want the world peace in their interview.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. I haven't changed the meaning. It's just that Mrs. Universe sounds funny because of the fact that we have the word Mrs. when you're married. It sounds better to say the contestants of the Miss Universe competition, right? The Miss Universe contestants.
Okay.
It's still referring to the same thing. Any other questions? Brilliant. All right. Thank you, Anna, for starting us off with such a good one. I can't talk today. Right, who's next?
Maybe. Can I try?
Thank you, Julian. Yes, you can. Okay, off you go. Could you read, please?
Okay. The life in 500 years shows a world with a lot of change. It's a wonderful world. Imagine the future of the human race and other life beings. First, if the human society life has changed in the last 2 years more than the other 100 years, we might expect in the 500 years a new society with amazing advance in technology and awareness about the role of the human beings into the earth. Furthermore, we would think the cars and other ground transportation will be disappear. At this time, our trees will be in vehicles that's moving in the air, and the travels we all have never seen until this time will be common, like spirit trees between galaxies, and we'll have communication and trade with other beings in other planets. In this future, the government will be planetary. The borders and nationalities will are words without sense.
Very interesting, Julian. Awesome. I like the way you've kind of imagined things, but you have kind of given reasons for them. So why you think things could happen? Okay, so what we tend to say is life. See by the title, I haven't put the life because it's like a general topic. If we say the life of my mother, then it's a specific person's life. But if it's just life in general as a concept, we don't need the, okay?
Okay.
So, life in 500 years, I think what you mean here is shall be a world with a lot of changes. Because we need a verb. We can't say us. It's a wonderful... Do you mean work or world?
Work.
Okay, what do you mean by work?
It's a think in the future. It's a wonderful process. It's a wonderful.
Okay, I see what you mean. I think
thing.
process might be better. Let's put process because work.
Okay.
Work sounds a little bit confusing in English. Process is better. You could say a work in progress or something like that, maybe. It's a wonderful process. Imagine the future of the human race and other live beings. Great. First, we don't need a capital because it's in the middle of a sentence. If the humans style life, we say lifestyle. Almost there.
Okay.
If the humans let's say the human lifestyle, because then it's an adjective. If the human lifestyle has changed in the latest 10 years, we could say last, really, because last 10 years is more natural than latest 10 years.
Okay.
More than the other 100 years. You mean the last 100 years?
Yes.
Yeah, let's put that. So it's like making a balanced comparison. So if human lifestyle has changed in the last 10 years more than the last 100 years, we might expect in 500 years a new society with amazing advances in technology. Perfect. We don't need to say amazings because adjectives aren't plural in English. And awareness about the role of human beings. We don't need to say the because it's a similar thing to life. It's like generally, in human beings in general, as a species, on the earth. Unless we're going to dig down, maybe, Julian. And live, like, you know, in the center of the earth. Or something.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe. You never know.
No,
Furthermore, with an A. Oh, and an R. Furthermore, there we go. We may think that the cars, this is again the same thing, cars and other ground transportation will disappear. Will disappear. Full stop. At this time, all our trips will be in vehicles that, because this is plural, we need to say either that are moving or better, that move, because it's a present simple for like a fact. Vehicles that move, and we would probably say through the air, but you can say in the air, it's not wrong. But through might be better.
Okay.
And the travels we have never seen until this time will be common. And travel. Another concept. Like space trips between galaxies, and we'll have communication and trade. These things don't need to be in the plural for the same reason, because they're concepts, they're big concepts. Communication and trade with other beings on other planets. In this future, the government will be planetary. The borders and nationalities will be words without sense. I love your last sentence. Awesome, Julian. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Any questions?
No.
Brilliant. All right. Thanks, Julian. Awesome. A totally different one to Anna, but just as interesting. Okay, who is next?
May I?
Yes, off you go. Is it this oolong?
Yes.
Brilliant. Where are you? Here we go.
Thank you.
Could you read, please?
Life in the next 500 years will be amazing. Technology will be able to simulate anything by using the virtual reality device. If you want to see wild animals, you don't have to go to the zoo. You may just only need to put the VR device on, and the African will appear in front of your eyes. The new teleportation technology will make traveling much easier than the current time. No vehicles will be needed. People can travel through a door-like transportation device. When you enter it, you will be in the destination immediately. What will happen to our life? Technology makes our life so easy that people don't need to work up to 8 hours anymore. We have AI to help us. They help us construct buildings, produce spaceships, even make free delicious food to supply all people in the society. What human beings need to do is, at that time, is to enjoy our lives, leave all works to machines and AIs.
Brilliant. Thank you, Yulong. I like the point about animals, and you gave some really specific examples, which was awesome. So life, I think you meant, not lift, in the next 500 years will be amazing. Perfect. Technology will be able to simulate anything by using a virtual reality device, because we haven't mentioned it before. It's the first time we mentioned it, so you need to use then you can use the. If you want to see wild animals, you don't have to go to the zoo. I think we need to say you won't, because we're talking about the future. So you won't have to go to the zoo. You may just only need to put the VR device on. That's perfect, because we've already used us, so now we can use the. And the African prairie, this word is prairie.
Prairie.
Yes, will appear in front of your eyes. Excellent. I don't think we need may and just and only. We don't, because just and only sort of mean the same thing. So I would say you may only need is better, okay? Or you may just need. The new teleportation technology will make traveling much easier than, I would say, than it is now. Might be better. Yours is not incorrect, but it just sounds a little bit wordy when you could probably just say that than it is now. No vehicles will be needed. People can. We need to put it into the present, the future. Sorry. People will be able to travel through a door like a transportation device. When you enter it, you will be in the destination immediately. Perfect. What will happen to our life? Technology makes our life so easy. Or this is the same thing. Will make our life so easy that people won't need to work up to 8 hours anymore. We will have AI to help us. They'll help us. Oh, because we're talking about AI, I think you need to say it. Otherwise, you've got to say something like robots. So it'll help us construct buildings, produce spaceships, even make free, delicious food to supply everyone. Not all people. Everyone in the society. What human beings need to do at that time is to enjoy our lives, leave all the work to machines and AIs. I'd say that sounds like an amazing world. I can't wait. If only I was going to live another 500 years, Yulong. Well done. Really lovely. Really interesting ideas. Any questions?
No.
Great. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, Emmanuel or Roberto, who would like to go next?
I'm sorry I didn't write so much, but I tried.
All right, no problem.
I think it won't be live in 500.
2,500.
2,500, because we don't care about the environment like we should. unfortunately, I think we won't be here to see anything's gonna happen.
Emmanuel, now I see why you didn't write much, because you think we're all going to be gone, right? I must admit, the thought has crossed my mind, but I hope that isn't the case, because it would be so sad. But you're absolutely right. There are so many things that we need to overcome and so many issues that you might be right. I hope you're not, but you might be. So don't forget, in English, if you put a dot, if you put this thing here, a decimal point, what it means is that you've this number now, this part of the number is below 0. So if you want to make a distinction between long numbers, you need to put commas. So for example, this is 6 million, but if you put this, that's like 6.000009. Okay, so be careful about that, because it means maybe a different thing to your language. So what I think we need to say here is there won't be any life. There won't be any life in 2500, not 2050. That's what Anna wrote about. Because we don't care about the environment like we should. Great. Unfortunately, I think we won't be here to see anything happen. We don't need to say it's going to happen, because we've already got it here. We won't be here to see anything happen. Emmanuel, that's very, I know you've only written 2 sentences, but it's very poignant. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, last but not least, then, Roberto, where are you?
Page 4.
Page 4. He's gone down, down, down. All right, Roberto, could you read yours for us, please?
Okay. I can imagine how the world will be in the year 2500, but I'll try to do a great effort. Well, I suppose all of us will be under control of a unique government. Nowadays, some people don't pay taxes, and I don't think it will be happening in the future. On the other hand, I suppose there won't be disease, and we will be able to live 200 years. But I don't know if we will be happier than the present time. I hope the government on the future will be able to learn about the mistakes in the past, because it will be probably will repeat negative aspects like wars or famines. Now I'm thinking that I don't know if we will exist in the year 2500. Who knows?
Brilliant. All right, so you're bridging the gap, Roberto, between Emmanuel and some of the other students. Well done. What you've written is lovely. So let's have a look. I can't imagine how the world will be in the year 2500. Yeah. We would tend to say what the world will be like. It's just more natural. How the world will be is not wrong, but it just doesn't sound quite as natural as maybe what the world will be like. But I'll try to do a great effort. I'll try to make a great effort. Make an effort is always okay.
Okay.
Well, I suppose all of us will be under the control of a unique. We don't need. I know why you've put an N in here, because this begins with a vowel, right? But because we pronounce it like a Y, it's almost as if it was like this. Unique. We don't need an N. So it's a unique government rather than ununique, okay?
Okay.
Nowadays, some people don't pay taxes, and I don't think it will happen in the future either, maybe, because it sounds a little bit funny, because what you've said is that they don't pay taxes now, and what you're really saying is that you think maybe it'll become more common not to pay taxes, or that will continue. So it makes it more balanced if you finish that sentence with either.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, I suppose there won't be any diseases, and we will be able to live. Life is the noun, live is the verb.
Yes.
But I don't know, however, lives with an S is also a noun, but that's the plural of life, okay? So it can get a bit confusing. But this one here is live. Live is the verb. But I don't know if we will be happier than the present time. Good point. I hope the government of the future will be able to learn about the mistakes in the past. Okay, interesting. Either this is slightly an interesting idea, but I'm not sure whether this is what you mean, or maybe you mean to learn from the mistakes in the past. Do you know the difference?
No.
Okay, so to learn from means, for example, if you're a child and your mum says, okay, don't eat too many chocolates, otherwise you'll be sick. And you think, oh, I really want to eat some chocolate. So you eat chocolate, and then you're sick. Then the next time your mum says, don't eat too many chocolates, you think, oh yeah, because last time I was sick. That's learning from your mistakes. If you learn about your mistakes, it just means that you're learning information, but you're not actually changing anything. All you're doing is reading a history book and going, oh, this is what happened before. Interesting. Okay?
Okay.
So which one would you say you felt you wanted to say? Would it be learning from, or was it just learn about?
I think it's better from.
Okay. So let's put learn from. Mistakes in the past. Maybe mistakes of the past, like the past mistakes is probably better, because it will be we repeat negative aspects. Okay. I hope the government of the future will be able to learn from the mistakes, because I think what you need to say here is otherwise. Otherwise is a great word, because if they don't, in other words, if they don't learn from mistakes of the past, and then we can put will and probably after we. We will probably repeat negative aspects like wars or famines. Okay? Now I'm thinking that I don't know. No is with a K, a silent K. If we will exist in the year 2500, who knows? Maybe we need a question mark. Awesome, very kind of introspective, Roberto. Do you understand all of those corrections?
Yes, teacher, yes.
Excellent. All right, what a fascinating class. We've all come up with such different ideas. Some of us are more pessimistic, some of us are more optimistic. Have a think about it, because I think this is something, maybe we're going through a very significant time of life where we have the opportunity to change a lot, or perhaps we'll self-destruct. I hope it's not the second of those two options. But I don't wish to finish for the weekend on a downer, so I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you do some more verbaling classes. I hope you have a really nice time and put your feet up for a bit too. And I will see some of you again next week. So thank you all. Take care and have a great weekend.
Okay, Amy, take care.
Bye.
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 Thank you for the
Bye.
class.
Thank you. You too.
What's
Bye.
See
beautiful.
you later.